Welcome back, YouTubers, to our TNA Final Resolution preview. The first time we've done one of these in a while, isn't it, MJ? The first time we've actually thought to ourselves, well, we could probably talk for 15 minutes about a pay-per-view before it happens.
Well, this is an important one, it is.
Yes, it is the important one. The pay-per-view before Genesis, of course. We are the British Fist doing this preview on this Saturday. So make sure you subscribe above, like this video, and comment your thoughts, what you expect to see at Final Resolution, down in that comment section below.
Make sure you contact us in the link in the description box below.
Oh yeah, I forgot something. I'm Mr. Parkin, and who are you, NJ?
I'm NJ. What's up?
Exactly, right. So where do we start with this video, NJ? Pay-per-view build? Your thoughts on the pay-per-view build towards this pay-per-view?
Okay, most of the matches have appeared on frequent shows, so they've been really trying to get the matches out there, ready for the pay-per-view. They've really concentrated on giving Bobby Roode the heels. We'll get to that later, but I think the wrestlers, have had good character build over the last couple of weeks.
Especially since the whole debacle of the Bobby Roode heel turn. I think they've sort of come back very well on the heel turn, in my opinion, and they've worked on James Storm's character very well. But like I said, we'll talk a bit more about that. Me personally, I am actually genuinely looking forward to this pay-per-view. It's mainly because there are some matches on here that I do actually give a shit about. I've wanted to see a Storm Angle match ever since they first started doing this feud. The main event is an Iron Man match. That got announced on the first show after Turning Point. Gail versus Mickie James is another match I'm really looking forward to. So I am actually genuinely looking forward to this pay-per-view. A lot more than I can say for TLC.
Well, because of the hype, the matches have had importance. They've had build, they've had meaning. So I would say there's matches here that I'm looking forward to.
Yes, and despite what we thought was not a very good go-home show, the build has still been okay.
Okay.
Okay then. Firstly, we want to start with a question. Are we going to see Abyss on this card? Because they featured him a lot in the go-home show, and it's kind of making me think they might feature Abyss Bloody Ray Steiner some way. But it's not been announced yet, so will we see this?
No, like the WWE are good at this. Maybe TNA are last-minute matches, so maybe they'll throw in this match just to fill up the card a little bit more.
Yeah, because they have tried to really focus on Abyss's character lately, haven't they? Especially since Bound for Glory. So it kind of makes me think they might do this. Not seeing Anderson on this pay-per-view either is a big miss for us, as we are both Anderson fans. They've really messed up with his character, haven't they? And now he's just not even involved in the program. And it is sad, isn't it, how TNA took Mr. Anderson and really put him down the shitter.
Because it wasn't that long ago, he was the TNA champion. Yeah. Now he's basically just doing nothing, not even in a feud. Well, he was Buddy Ray, but that seems to come to an end now. I don't know. He should be here on this pay-per-view.
And this is what happens to TNA when you fuck with a character. Face, heel, immortal, no immortal, feuding with immortal. That's what happens when you do that. So we'll go on now onto the card itself. And we'll start off with the match. Robbie E versus Eric Young for the TV Championship. Do we really give a shit about this match? Should this be on the card? Does Robbie E suck as the TV champion? Should we be seeing this in another feud? Should the TV title have more importance? So why the fuck are we seeing this match? Do we give a shit?
No, because obviously it's going to be Robbie E retaining. Because obviously if they're going to throw the title back to Eric Young, that even shows more that the title means nothing. Because they can swap hands like that.
Yes, and the TNA TV Championship should be a mid-card title, in my opinion, that helps elevate main event guys. And now it's just become a joke title. And it's really amazing how far the TV title has gone downhill in a year or so after giving it to Gunner, Eric Young, and now Robbie E. It sucks. And I do feel the TV Championship should be put in the next feud, which we're going to talk about, which is Christopher Daniels versus RVD in what Christopher Daniels said to Bob Van Dam was a standard wrestling match. So it looks like we're going to have none of these stupid no DQ stipulations, which is good. I think these two are better off in a wrestling match. You play more to Christopher Daniels' advantage, but Rob Van Dam will probably still win, though.
The way it goes, again, Christopher Daniels has had a bad rookie path, as I said in the TNA review, I botched it a few times. It's a bit like, we all know that Rob Van Dam's going to probably pick up the win, even though Christopher Daniels should maybe win to actually get his character start going somewhere.
Exactly. And I really wish that RVD would be in a feud with a younger guy and put a younger guy over. But we're not going to get this. But at least these two, Christopher Daniels is a very accomplished wrestler. I think you were moaning about his character, not his wrestling ability in the review. Just for you guys out there. Christopher Daniels and RVD can put on a very good standard wrestling match. So I do look forward to the match. Will the feud continue? We don't really know. Next on the card is the X Division Championship match between Austin Aries, a heel, and Kid Kash, a heel. In my opinion, I don't mind the Austin Aries Kid Kash match, because I do feel they're both very good wrestlers that can put on a match, and we know Austin Aries is going to retain. But I really think they could have stuck in an X Division face in there, whether it be Jesse Sorensen and Alex Shelley, even Azima Ion, just as a filler feud towards Genesis when I feel they may do Austin Aries versus Alex Shelley, which I would really mark out for.
Well, to be honest, they've had built up this whole Kid Kash and Austin Aries over the past few weeks, but still, you had other X divisions who've been built up in the last couple of months, weeks, and they could have been in this match. But again, it should be an okay match because it's X division after all.
This didn't get featured on the Go Home show, but like I said, this was still teased since Turning Point, so it was a logical feud to do. I do wonder though if they're going to do something maybe with Kid Kash being there, maybe turning Austin Aries face. Who really knows what's going to happen? I feel he's better as a heel champion, as most faces in the X division are face. Members of the X division are face. So you have more options to feud with there. So Austin Aries for the win here.
Yeah,
exactly. That's exactly who we want to win. Next up, we have the Knockouts Championship match between Gail Kim and Mickie James. This is a match I am really looking forward to. Gail Kim and Mickie James should put on a very good match, though, shouldn't they?
And obviously, we all know that they're both good wrestlers. Well, Gail Kim has become a good knockouts now. She's starting to get involved.
She's booked very strong.
But I think, to be honest, it's going to add up to her winning.
Yeah, definitely so. I do feel, though, with TNA, maybe just to thought here, TNA, have Velvet have a rematch of this pay-per-view, and then you could have had the big match between Mickie James and Gail Kim at a bigger pay-per-view. But I'm still genuinely looking forward to this match, but I do feel Gail Kim will win in some kind of cheaty way, so they can forward this rivalry going into Genesis, and I'll probably still want to see it then. So
I think, to be honest, Gail Kim does deserve to win because she's just joined TNA and she just needs still a bit more of a character build, so she should win this.
And she needs that first title retained as well, doesn't she?
True, yes,
well, I'm not trying to make Mickie James look too weak, but she's a very good women's wrestler, so I look forward to this match and I look forward to the action between these two. The next, we have a TNA Tag Team Championship match. Now, even though I don't feel this is the most anticipated match that since a Beer Money, Motor City Machine Guns kind of feud, at least we're seeing two big names in here with Devon and Pope. And the match itself, while it has been kind of hyped a little bit at the last minute, at least Mexican America aren't the champions. And I feel this has been the most interesting match, in my opinion, since Beer Money lost the titles, the most interesting tag match at a pay-per-view for TNA.
Well, two things I want to say about this match. It's interesting, but at the same time, we've had Devon do his best to put over the new tag champs and obviously have these important matches, how they're going to bring in that. And the second thing is, we want to see how long Crimson and Matt Morgan can last their tag team friendship before they break up and go into a feud again.
That is essentially what these tag team titles are doing for this too, and they're forwarding a bigger storyline. One issue I do have with this match is the whole Devon and Pope partnership. We've had this whole thing with Devon and Pope and the kids and everything, and I really wish the TNA would have put the focus on them being a tag team rather than this whole Devon Pope heel, rather than this Pope heel turn kind of bullshit with the kids. At least they're featuring Pope on the pay-per-view though. That is one plus I can take from this, and it should be a good match, I imagine. Two sort of put together tag teams, but that's TNA's tag team division at the moment. It should still be a good match, though.
But the way I see it is that you're going to have the good wrestling, strong wrestling from Matt Morgan and Crimson. Maybe a fallout between Pope and Devon. They should put on an okay bit of a fight. But again, it should be a good match.
Don't turn Pope heel, TNA. Please don't. But Crimson and Morgan should win this match, shouldn't they?
Overall, yes.
Should retain. And now the next match is probably the match we're going to have the most to say about. Jeff Hardy versus Jeff Jarrett in a steel cage match. We know this feud has been going on since Bound for Glory. It's been built up, in my opinion, quite well, but then again, it's because Jeff Jarrett always seems to get TV time. We both have a problem with the stipulation, though, don't we? If Hardy wins, he'll be the #1 contender going into Genesis, but if Jeff Jarrett wins, Hardy must leave TNA. How is that, #1, a consequence to Jarrett? And #2, it's way too early to be thinking about Hardy being in the title scene, isn't it?
Well, the way I look at it is that they've just had Jeff come back, acceptance, so he's going to probably go on and win this. But the other thing is, you've had the different feuds going with the TNA World Championship.
It's kind of getting in the way.
Jeff Hardy doesn't have enough room to fit in at the moment, so no.
And also, with him fucking up at Victory Road, they really needed to make his road to redemption a little bit longer so they could at least see if they could trust him to be a top guy. Because let's not face it, he is going to be a star for the company. He's one of the biggest baby faces of that company and was one of the biggest baby faces of WWE at the time. So he has marketability to a mainstream audience, but they're bringing him back way too soon. And this road to redemption just hasn't gone yet. And since when does beating a Jeff Jarrett give you a title shot? That's just my issue. They really should have, furthered this road to redemption a lot more, so you could at least see if you could get this. So you could at least see if he's got over his problems.
Maybe they should just not had a stipulation, just had a normal cage
career
match.
versus career. That's how I would have booked it.
That's another idea, yeah. But to be honest, we've seen Jeff Jarrett fight before. We've seen Jeff Hardy before, so it should be an okay match.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best, because obviously Jeff Jarrett's old now. And Jeff Hardy's still always high flying.
Yeah.
But it should be a good match.
Yeah, the steel cage stipulation does add a little bit to this match, so it should be a good match, and it will end their feud as well. So at least Hardy can move on to bigger and better things than Jeff fucking Jarrett. I just have a massive problem with the stipulation, and that's going to be one of the talking points I feel of the review and on future, title shots for Jeff Hardy. It's probably going to be Jeff Hardy versus Bobby Roode at Genesis, which sounds good on paper, but when you look at it, Jeff Hardy getting in this early, is it really worth it?
Yeah, he's going to get into this title picture, he'll probably lose.
Who knows? Move on to the next match then. A match which I don't know whether I'm looking forward more to this match or the main event. Kurt Angle versus James Storm. The way they've done this feud, they've had segments between the two. They haven't touched each other yet, apart from the concussion thing. But the way the whole concussion thing is working for James Storm has really done a lot for his character. And I do feel even if it doesn't happen at this pay-per-view, even if it happens at Genesis, being involved with a Kurt Angle and maybe being put over by Kurt Angle can only really do well for James Storm's main event status in TNA.
Well, James Storm, now he's out being money, he does need a bit more of a character build, a bit more of a single wrestling build. And Angle, come on now, he's one of the great guys to put someone over and actually help him build their character. So this match is going to have a lot of story and a lot of good storytelling. I
imagine this will be a fucking great match. I really do. I look forward to this match ever since I saw Angle attack and the fact that Angle attacked James Storm. So I am really, really looking forward to this match. It's a matchup I've wanted to see. And with the whole concussion angle going on as well, with James Storm not being 100%, I feel that if they're going to continue the feud, they're going to have Angle win using this whole concussion thing, but they might end it. I'm not really sure what they're going to do. It depends what they've got planned for the title.
Well, if they're going to have, let's say, Bobby Roode versus Jeff Hardy at Genesis, that's delaying the Storm and Roode thing. So why not continue it for a bit more of a later pay-per-view?
Yes, and it's keeping James Storm's push going and Bobby Roode's push going, so they can maybe have a match at a bigger pay-per-view like a Lockdown or a Slammiversary, or maybe even, heaven forbid, a Bound for Glory. So a match I'm very much looking forward to. I imagine this will be the match before the main event. Because the main event is going to be Bobby Roode versus AJ Styles.
It would make sense, because if you're trying to build up James Storm into the main event, he needs to be as close as he can towards it, so he gets that push towards it. Yes.
Yeah. James Storm or Kurt Angle?
This will be, because of the concussion, I'm thinking it would be good if they continue, so I'm going to say Angle.
Yeah, I'd love James Storm to win, but for the sake of continuing a feud and having a bigger blow-off, maybe Kurt Angle. The main event of the evening, Bobby Roode. Well, main event of Sunday evening, I should say. Bobby Roode versus AJ Styles in a 30-minute Iron Man match. Boxing like John Laurinaitis again. This was announced on the show after Turning Point. And while the match at Turning Point was really announced very late, I have enjoyed how they've at least hiked up to this second title defense in a 30-minute Iron Man match. They've really, really done well with Bobby Roode's character, even though they kind of screwed with him, like we said at the beginning of the video, with that whole beer bottle thing and this quick heel turn. They've really put a lot of focus on this guy's heel turn. They've featured him in opening segments. They've really, had him attacking AJ Styles after the match. I'm liking his character. AJ Styles is a natural main eventer in TNA. I think Bobby Roode will win this and AJ will put him over.
Well, the way we look at it, Bobby Roode's been getting the face of everyone recently, so that's building up his character. And the whole family as well. He's built up his character great. AJ Styles, a former partner, friend, and that. Them two going against each other. It should be a great match, but the way I see it is that Bobby Roode is going to retain the championship.
30-minute Iron Man match between two great wrestlers. It's going to be a great match, isn't it?
Yes, it's not 60-minute people, but 30-minute is usual for TNA, so it should be a great match, because Iron Man, you know what they're like.
Yeah, so at the moment we also have this whole knee injury thing with AJ Styles, which should play well into this match. We saw them play on it quite well towards the end of the TNA Impact Wrestling Go-Home show. So with the injury there, I do expect Bobby Roode to win, and they will probably play to that injury. And the fact that it's a 30-minute Iron Man match means the storytelling could probably be a lot better in this match. It could be very good in this match, I mean.
Well, the 2 points I want to make is that, yes, Bobby Roode should win, because if we're going to have this whole Jeff Hardy thing, we're not going to have Jeff Hardy versus AJ. No. And the other thing is, we've got the 2 main events, and they both have an injury involved, so it does sway towards the opposite opponent. So yes, Bobby Roode should win.
Yes, and I'll just be honest with you, NJ. I'm really, really looking forward to a Bobby Roode James Storm match at a big pay-per-view. I really am.
So they're going to keep building up towards that, build their character, and then build up a feud between them two.
Yes, indeed. So that's our thoughts on Final Resolution. I feel if TNA do things correctly here, I feel this could be a very, very good pay-per-view. I genuinely am looking forward to it a lot.
It could add up to a good pay-per-view of the year, well, so far the year. So I think, yes, it would be good.
The year's nearly over, NJ. We've only got 2 more, haven't we? Oh, 3 more, including ROHs.
Alright.
Watching again, and I'm only joking, don't worry. But yeah, it could be a good pay-per-view if TNA do things right. Probably one of the better ones of the year, in my opinion. It's been hyped up quite well, so I'm genuinely looking forward to watching it on this Sunday, and we will be reviewing it, of course, this Sunday. So make sure you check out the review, or it'll be tomorrow night, because we're recording this on Friday after SmackDown. So that just leaves us to say, get your thoughts on what you expect at Final Resolution, what you thought of the hype, the matches, the stipulations, etc. down in that comment section below. And this is the way we like to end our pay-per-views.
Boom, 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 boom. Thank you very much for watching our video. Boom, 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 boom. Tune in for the pay-per-view. Enjoy it. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And that has been it from the British Fist. Thank you very much. Boom, 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 boom. And goodbye.